Hi guys, it's Tuesday afternoon. I just got a ride home from the shop, from the mechanic shop, because it was fruitless to just hang around there for hours and hours. And so now clearly I'm sitting outside in my yard, taking some sun with my floppy hat so that my face doesn't get too burned, but actually I would love to get some sun on my face. It's been a really rough morning. Never did get to CVS, never got to Sprint, although I did figure out how to free up a little bit of space on my phone because I didn't realize that there was like duplicate photos. There's photos in like my regular Samsung Drive or whatever, and then there's also Google Photos, which had like pending being backed up to the cloud, whatever. So I hit that, and then I freed up like 20 gigs, 20 MB, I don't know, megabytes of space. It's not optimal yet, but it's something. I'm always very self-conscious out here talking into the phone. But for all these people know I could just be FaceTiming, right? So my Jeep, okay, it needed rear brakes. They were severely corroded. $900 for that. I have no parking brake right now because the shoes actually broke in half off the parking brake when they were taking the rotors and discs off. They actually showed me what they were doing. They showed me the underbelly of my Jeep, and it looked prehistoric. Like it looked like something that had been buried for 20 years and dug up. So rusted, so corroded, so dangerous looking. And so the quote he gave me for the parking brake, which you have to have or you don't pass inspection in New York State, was $469 for each side, and that was before labor. So I almost started crying. I was so overwhelmed. And when it comes to big car repairs, of course, I have to deal with my ex. And I know you're all probably thinking like, wow, you're so lucky. You know, you should just be grateful. And he really makes me pay. Trust me. He makes me pay. He didn't return any of my calls or texts this morning. I was just kind of left there. And then when the mechanic finally called him, he was like verbally abusive to the mechanic. And he was like, you know, fucking prices, and I'm going to mow my lawn, and you know, all this stuff. And I'm like, listen, I have to go to work. Luckily my schedule changed. I'm going in at 4 and I'm doing the overnight, so I don't have to be in at 2 because it's already, I think, 2 now if I'm not mistaken, and I'm still waiting to get a call about when the car's going to actually be done. So I'm really stressed and pressed and depressed, and just sharing that with you. I'm trying to have a good attitude because at least the rear brakes are going to get done, but it makes me a little nervous to drive something that has no parking brake. And it just kind of depresses me to be at this stage in my life where I can be like 53 years old and be driving a 16-year-old piece of shit car that's in the shop every 3 to 6 months. It just, you know, it makes me feel like a failure. It makes me feel like a loser. I don't know. It's just, I don't ask for much in life. It's not like I want a fancy car, a fancy phone, a fancy laptop, a vacation, or anything. But I'd like to drive around and feel safe. Oh, there's helicopters. So I can't really see what I'm doing here. I'm all sweaty. Let's put these on so I can see if I have time. Yeah, there's not a lot of space freed up. I have like 3 minutes left, but I'm gonna go. Helicopters, that means that it's cops looking for somebody. I look really white and like fat out here. Like an unbaked chicken. So I'll talk to you guys later. I love you. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Bye for now.